I want to talk a little bit about a little bit more creative workflow here. One of the things I love about some of your more indie productions is the engineering behind the drums and the bass that you do. So maybe we can start with real drums. I wrote down some songs that I really love that I thought have exceptional drums. And we've spoken about this record before. I've texted you about it. Adam Melker's Not Good For You.
Oh, yeah.
Such a beautiful record. And Johnny's Fall in Love. The drums aren't too similar, but they both sound like they're real drums.
Oh, what was the second song you said?
Johnny Fall in Love.
Oh, okay, yes. Okay, so very different.
Yeah, but what's
processes.
your general process for recording drums? How do you feel about it?
General process. I mean, that's the thing.
Right, it's always changing, right? But
they're really and I'm not even.
We can
saying
stick with the Adam Melker because I personally fucking love that record.
Okay,
and it's such classic Beatles tea towel sound.
Yes,
drums, right?
yeah. So I'm gonna try and remember.
Yeah.
So first of all, that song, I had written that chorus, which is literally one line. So to say I wrote it is feel silly, but I wrote that chorus. Made the production, put it on my close friend's story.
Oh, wow.
And then Adam saw it and was like, I really love this if you would want to just make it together for fun or send it to me and I'll write verses and whatever. He just really resonated with it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not an artist. I'm not going to put this out.
Yeah.
So if yes, he's one of my best friends and, longtime collaborator. So I did that, sent it to him. He put verses that matched the exact energy. I had also broken up with my girlfriend at the time.
Okay, so it was...
And so it was one of those things where I was really feeling, you can hear it when you listen to the song. It's not my voice on the final version, obviously, but yeah, I was in a bad way. And she's now my girlfriend again. So
there you go.
just keep going, boys. You'll get her back. But okay, drum wise, I actually believe for some reason, even though I had a sick drum setup at that time, I think I used addictive drums.
Yeah.
And I couldn't tell you which samples. I should have brought my computer and opened it up live.
Sometimes it's people remember, sometimes they don't. But I'm always curious. But
is that preferred? You have them on their laptop
only
or something?
one person brought their laptop.
Wow.
Who
was it?
Doug Schott.
Who's the call? Yes.
Yeah, Doug brought it, and I only think because he was going to a session after.
Okay, sick.
And he was like, actually, let me see what I did.
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
We, opened it up.
Dude, see, I smoke weed, so my memory's so bad.
I mean, to me, it's
worst.
crazy that you use addictive drums and still got.
Yeah, a lot of it is a little spring reverb.
Yeah.
That the Arturia. Spring reverb is great and has this grit, which is sometimes really annoying because you don't want it and makes it sound sort of lo-fi and weird. But it's probably a little bit of that, and that I really everything is I dial it in with random shit until it sounds good to me. I don't have one process ever. So a lot of times it's I'll literally EQ shape it. Dude, also I use a lot of transient shaping.
Yep.
To really get it exactly how it feels.
What's your
a cheat
favorite
code
kind
to me.
of transient shaper plugin?
I only use the DS10.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that what it's called?
Yeah,
DS10, just attack, sustain. So yeah, it totally depends, but it's really good.
Yeah.
So yeah, that little multi-band. A lot of times for pop, big whatever heavy pop shit, sometimes I'll use Orion, which just came out.
Yeah, I've just started using that.
So that's pretty cool, but it just fully depends. A lot of it's just picking the right samples.
Dude, I'm telling you, I always joke that I feel my weakest part of my game in production is drums. I'm such a player and I love coming up with riffs and stuff.
Right.
But drums is always a thing that I struggle with, and it's why I always like to collaborate.
It's so
I'm just
real.
Help me with these fucking drums.
Yeah, it's so real.
Everyone I speak to on this podcast is just I think I'm just picking the right samples.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing that much. It's yep, that's really what it is.
Yeah, and getting, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's just having the shit you like, and then using that as a launch pad to be weird and free and, you know what I mean, be silly and replace them with weird shit. But just to feel safe in the things are good. But yeah, so addictive drums, probably a little spring reverb. And were you asking just about the drums or about the whole process?